Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be talking about why women benefit from going vegan. As you probably have already guessed, I am vegan, so yes, I might be a little bit biased, but I wasn't a vegan for the majority of my life, so the main aim of this video is to make women feel powerful. Yeah, going vegan has miraculously changed my life. It's 100% the best decision I've ever made for many reasons. I'm going to talk about insecurities and how veganism has really helped with my confidence. It's helped me kind of with self-love. It's helped me establish a really healthy relationship with food. And you know what, one of the best things about all of this is I've made some incredible friends through going vegan. And I'm going to explain that because I feel like that's not an unusual situation, unusual circumstance. So my first reason why women benefit from going vegan is it strengthens the presence of the divine feminine. So when you go vegan, you exercise a key trait of the divine feminine, compassion. Going vegan requires a lot of empathy, and this results in so much compassion. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Why is being compassionate and caring so good for you? If you allow space in your heart for others, if you are understanding as opposed to judgmental towards others, you allow so much room for self-love. Compassion for others often equals compassion for yourself. If you aren't quick to judge and criticize others, you will find your self-esteem improving dramatically, because as a result of this, you will find yourself a lot less likely to judge yourself. So why veganism and compassion? I would describe veganism as a stance against many forms of cruelty. So the obvious, cruelty towards our planet and animals and humans that are within the animal agriculture industry, but it goes deeper than that. At least I believe that. So as you practice this stance against violence and cruelty, you get better and better at being compassionate, because it's kind of not the direct opposite, but it is the opposite. You train your mind to be compassionate, and after a while I feel like you do start to do that without even thinking. It just kind of becomes second nature, because you've already made such a big step to go vegan, and it's such a big stance and a change, because you're looking at, is this vegan, is this cruelty to animals, all that encompasses veganism. You end up really being more conscious of violence and what that entails, and putting yourself in the shoes of those who are experiencing the violence, and I think you just become much more aware and much more compassionate. Since I've gone vegan, I have transformed. I really do think compassion and empathy have taken over. At first, I think there was a little bit of shock and a little bit of anger at all the pain that the meat industry, the dairy industry, all of that kind of causes, and there was a bit of anger in me. But I feel like that's just the start phase, and then you start to just get compassionate. Funnily enough, as I've become more compassionate, my relationships and my relationship with myself has become so healthy, so much more healthier than I've ever experienced. My body image, my idea of myself has dramatically improved. I feel like I really have transformed in regards to what I think of myself. And I really do think this has to do with the abundance of compassion that I have within me now, thanks to kind of veganism. So what I'm trying to say is, if you want to be more compassionate towards yourself, if you give yourself a hard time, if you're always thinking I'm ugly and I'm useless and you're just very self-critical, then I'd strongly recommend going vegan. Going vegan has awakened the divine feminine within me. I have managed to heal many wounds by embracing my feminine energy. This is because being more compassionate, empathetic, loving, and caring is kind of all just part of the parcel. Focusing on embodying all these traits skyrockets your self-esteem. I do believe we feel most fulfilled and gratified when caring for others, and when others care for us. That might have been a very long-winded reason as to why women benefit from going vegan. I promise the other two are more concise and clear. So my second reason as to why you should go vegan, if you're a woman or just a person, to be honest, or you're non-binary, I just want to say it's not men, women, and that's it. There's non-binary people, there's people who don't want to identify as anything. Yeah, The other reason why you benefit from going vegan is you make the most incredible friends. I've met so many amazing people and I feel so blessed and lucky, and I can't help notice that it's happened since going vegan and since being vocal about being vegan on social media. So you may meet some very special people, at least that was the case for me. Obviously, you might live in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I technically do as well, but I've managed to seek out all the vegans in my area and it's great. At first, going vegan can feel like you're isolating yourself because it is quite different and food is part of everyday life. We eat 3 times a day. And yeah, you might feel a bit ostracized at the start. At the start, I thought, oh my gosh, I was lucky at uni, I did have vegan friends, but when I came home, no one else was vegan. And yeah, it might feel like you're going to be isolating yourself and feel really lonely. But eventually, thanks to social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you meet people because vegans gravitate towards each other. Why do vegans make great friends? Well, for one, if you're vegan, it's a pretty clear indication that you are a caring person. Caring about the planet, about animals, about ending unnecessary violence. Going vegan at first can be really, really tricky, and I mean, it does depend. It was a lot easier than I thought it'd be, but I think that's because I was like, it's gonna be really hard. So yeah, you might surprise yourself, but I think it is an indication that you're a very strong person. I've noticed, generally speaking, that vegans are more interested in doing the right thing, even if it does inconvenience them, and they're more empathetic, which is a great characteristic to have in a friend. Obviously, I am generalising, I can't speak on behalf of all vegans. It's just from what I've noticed, I've met quite a few vegans now, and just from the conversations I've had and the general vibe I've got, vegans are great. So yeah, you might struggle at first, but you really do find your community, and there is so much love in the vegan community I can't even explain. I went to the vegan camp out recently and oh my god, it was gorgeous. That's from the vegan camp out. It's actually the vegan flag. For those of you that don't know, yeah, there's a vegan flag. I had no idea. I was looking at it the other day and I was like, I don't really understand. But I think it's quite obvious. I was just being ditzy. The V for vegan. My third and final reason why women benefit from going vegan is it may, I'm not saying it will, it may better your relationship with food. So I really do get that the pressure to look a certain way is super intense, especially for women. Being slim and losing weight is a goal that is forced upon so many women from such a young age. It's something that I've had in the back of my head since before I can remember. I did ballet for a number of years and I was young when I started, and I remember from the get-go being in my leotard and being like, I should be slimmer. So yeah, it's definitely something I've struggled with. However, I'm not just saying this. Since going vegan, the focus has shifted and it's now much more about doing something for Mother Nature and for the animals. Buying those vegan products and not buying meat and dairy means you are probably spending your money and putting your money into the pockets of more ethical and conscious companies instead of companies that have little regard for the planet. Believe it or not, and I am so proud of myself to even say this, but my goal is no longer to be slim and lose weight. Rather, it is to eat food and buy food that nourishes my body, that makes me feel good, and ultimately that has the least bad impact on the environment and that doesn't exploit animals. I feel like this last one is a real big deal for me, and I think it is for a lot of women because, yeah, we have difficulties, a lot of us, with our body, with our image, with our self-esteem when it comes to what we look like, and you know, there's a lot of pressure to eat clean and eat certain foods or not eat a lot, so you maintain this kind of standard of beauty. But since going vegan, I've managed to completely put that to the back of my mind. Obviously every now and then it creeps in, but my focus now is not at all selfish. It's more about helping the planet and animals and being a better person. Obviously it is selfish as well because I feel great from it. There's nothing better and more liberating than not caring about what you look like. I care about what's going on inside more than outside. Obviously I still like to look cool, but going vegan has just transformed my relationship with my body and food, and I hadn't really noticed this until reflecting recently, but I'm a completely different person in regards to that. I'm just so grateful. that's the end of this video. Please subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Ultimately, I just want to empower you and make you feel positive and make you a positive presence on planet Earth today. And I hope that this video has made you feel like you are a bit powerful, and like your food habits and what you choose to buy can actually be really impactful and powerful and make you feel good as well as the planet and animals and all that jazz. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I just can talk forever.